What are Bollinger Bands? Bollinger Bands consist of three lines. The middle line, which is the 20 simple moving average. The top line, which is the 20 simple moving average plus 2 standard deviations. And the bottom line, which is the 20 moving average minus 2 standard deviations. Bollinger Bands show what is kind of like a trading range, with the top being overbought and the bottom being oversold. Although that's the traditional meaning of the Bollinger Bands, as you can see from this chart, a lot of times when it hit the top, which is meant to be oversold, if you sold, you would have missed a nice rally. My preferred use of Bollinger Bands is actually looking for when the band is really tight, low volatility period, and then the breakout in a certain direction representing higher volatility, and I would expect a continued move in the same direction. So as you can see here, it's a tight range, it breaks out up, there's a continuation move. Here similar, very tight range, breaks out upward, and you can see a continuation move. The Bollinger Band acts like a trading range that almost guides the price. So I would prefer not to sell at the top where it's meant to be considered overbought, or buy at the bottom where it's meant to be considered oversold. It just doesn't make sense to me. One common misconception with Bollinger Bands is that if it's outside of the Bollinger Band, let's just say it's above or below, you expect the price to rise or decrease to go back in the Bollinger Band. While it does make its way into the Bollinger Band sooner or later because the band is always constantly adjusting, oftentimes you'll see it outside the top of the Bollinger Band, and the Bollinger Band will just catch up to it, meaning you don't really need to sell it for it to return. For example, if you look here, you can see the price closed outside the Bollinger Band 4 days in a row. And the next day, despite the price still rising on the day, the price returns within the Bollinger Band. So you see that if you sold because it was outside the Bollinger Band, waiting for it to return in, it would have returned in the Bollinger Band, but you would have missed out on a nice move just because you sold.